So this is a video to demonstrate some of the features on this DV6 Darth Vader Return of the Jedi lightsaber, fitted out with a ProffieBoard and NeoPixel. So to get going, you screw off the bottom. And this has a Goth 3D chassis. You see you've got your real quartz crystal here in place, and we have a kill switch and a recharge port with a kill key. So to turn it on, you flick the kill switch, and you'll see your lights come on, your crystal lights up, and your accent LEDs go back and forward. This can also be killed with the kill key itself by inserting it a certain way, inserting this hole lined up with the pin there will not kill it, but backwards will kill it. So if we put that in, it's killed, or we can twist it around till it clicks into the hole and it comes back on. Probably the best way to leave it is like this and just use your kill switch on and off. And so that is also then obviously your recharge port to charge the saber. It has an 18650 battery built in here. Let's pop this back in. And some of the other features are a 28mm KR Sabers speaker, and the design of this chassis hides our ProffieBoard underneath this kind of sliding mechanism. So if you look in there, that is your ProffieBoard and your SD card. The SD card is not accessible, it's not easy to get out, but the SD card content can be loaded through the ProffieBoard. So to access this ProffieBoard and SD card, you will need an angled USB like this, and it's got to be this type, and it's just a little bit tricky to get in, but it will slide right in. And the last push of the click kind of needs to be done with something like a tweezers, and click. There we go. Now we're clicked in, and you can go to a computer and do your ProffieBoard programming or your SD, and just pull it out. We're just going to give it a little shake, and out it comes. Like I said, a little bit tricky to access the board, but I do really like this feature. It's a great looking chassis, and like I said, it has a real quartz crystal with an LED each side, a NeoPixel hi-hat LED each side to give it that light up. So let's go ahead and spark it up. Like I said, when you turn on first, you have your crystal lighting up and your accent LEDs going. This is the activation button, and a NeoPixel Blade plug, and the LEDs will change, accent LEDs change a little bit when it is turned on as compared to turn off. See, they're slower when they're off, faster when it's on. Crystal of course mimics any of the clashes. Of course, you have your beautiful smooth swing from ProffieBoard. The sound fonts on this, the customer requested no dialogue or no music. The customer wanted like a real lightsaber. It's just a little beep when you change. So this is onto a blue. The blue has quite a nice turbine wind-up effect here, you see on the accent LEDs. It gets faster and faster. When you turn off, it will slow down with a pulsing crystal. So with these accent LEDs, I've just mixed it up a little bit, some different designs. So here's a kind of a cyan to green pulse while off, and then when on, it just stays green. This is a green blade. We'll put a blade in a moment to see all these light up. Next is blue, and blue has cyan to blue pulse. And when you turn on, stays blue. On to next is white. So white, you just have the back and forward, pulsing crystal. And when you turn on, it's got that kind of a flicker around. That, of course, is an Ahsoka Tano inspired sound with the white sabers. Moving on, we have purple. Purple is just back and forward again with pulsing crystal. And crystal stays on. You can see how that comes out on camera. Moving on is yellow. You have a flickering crystal and a kind of a fast LED. And this, just to mix it up a bit, this just changes to red when you turn on. And then we're back to the start. I think that's them all. The customer just requested every color. So we'll pop out our NeoPixel Blade plug. And this is a 7/8 inch blade holder. So we'll pop in our blade. Just give it a little push down until it's tight. And this is our blade retention right here. So I might just pull back around to angle this a little bit so we can see the full blade. There we go. So as I said, this front switch is the activation. Oh, we're onto a red. I was mistaken, we did not go back to the start red. We went to a unstable red. It's like a Kylo Ren type blade. That is the unstable. And then this is the last font. Yeah, the last font is a battery meter. So this will show the level of your battery. So right now it's just almost 50%. And there's no sound in the battery. So now this is back to the start. This is back to your first Darth Vader inspired red blade. And so blaster blocks on the auxiliary button. Of course, you have your clashes. Hold the main button for lock up, hold it and clash. So that was actually giving us the tip drag because I was pointed downwards a bit, but if we point upwards, we get the entire blade lock up. So like I said, if we're pointing downwards and we do the hold and clash, you get that tip drag. So it's kind of like you're dragging the saber along the floor, along the table. Going on to our blue blade and our turbine wind up. Onto our green. The white blade, purple, and our Ray inspired yellow, back to our unstable, and back to the battery. And that is all the colors and fonts that the customer requested. Take out this blade and pop back in our blade plug. Like I said, there's a little, see that little push down? That's the springs and the connector. So we want to just give it a little push and hold and tighten up. Same when the blade's been inserted, you want to feel that spring so that it's connected properly. And we'll switch it off. So there it is, on, off. That's now power completely killed. Let's put the pommel back on. So when putting this pommel on, be very careful not to cross thread these screws. Maybe even give it a backwards turn first to hear that click right there. Listen to that beautiful click. So backwards turn, in, backwards turn till you hear that beautiful click, and then you're good to screw all the way in. If you cross thread these, it is game over. It is done for. This will not screw on correctly ever again if you cross these threads, force it on and damage the threads. So always do your backwards click. Keep going till you hear that backwards click, and then we're screwed all the way on, and that is it. That is our beautiful Korbanth DV6 Return of the Jedi Darth Vader lightsaber.